Welcome to the KTU Artist Interview Lounge. And of course, it's all presented by Celsius Energy Drinks. It's Max Rae. It is Montell Jordan. It is family time up in here.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to start with you, Max. We have the same name.
I know, I love that.
You turned up
Name
and
twin.
you shine with this one, and you're sitting next to an icon. But what's really beautiful about this collaboration is that you found a way to reinvigorate a record that has, gotten its flowers time and time again, and you giving it your little spin on it. How does it feel to sit next to, someone who has created this iconic record and knowing that you are a part of that legacy now?
As I keep saying all day, it's surreal. That's my word for it, for sure. And I'm just, again, so honored and grateful to this man. I mean, he is the real. Like, he's genuine. He is everything that you've thought of and more.
Yeah. And when you hear those words, how does that feel for you? How big is a smile on your face?
I'm proud of her. Like she did a good job. Like I'm just grateful that the song is 30 years.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, we're celebrating the
30th 30 years of a song,
which is insane.
This is a song that's older than her. And still, but still she's taking it and loved on it and did something creatively with it that, like you said, reinvigorates and it's given it rebranded and taken on a whole new life. And that's really, really cool.
Yeah, see, I mean, the fact that it was created now, that someone was able to really take the reins and give it its defibrillator. Now, why was now the right time? Because you have had the chance to be special on some other amazing tracks before, but why this one now, and why not 3 years ago, or maybe 15 even,
Well, I would have been like
8 at the time.
I would have been 3. No. And Maxwell, you make it sound like the song was dead and in the grave, man. Come on, they had to dig it up and dust the bone.
Not at all. It's the one like Danielle, one of our family members, was here, and we're talking about. It's a song that is on everyone's playlist.
Oh yeah.
And it will forever be that way.
Even
and now
for me.
you're part of, like I said, that legacy.
Yeah.
How special does that feel?
Honored, grateful, blessed, surreal, still in shock. All of the things, truly. Like, I'm not. If I think too much about it, I'll cry. Literally.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
No.
During the conversation.
All of those things you just said, but also worthy. Like what you offered is very worthy of the song being able to, like, we have this conversation over and over again. Like, there are purists who are just like, there are certain songs you don't touch, this or that. And I felt like that's how people approach me when I approached the Slick Rick song initially. And so I can see people 30 years later approaching you like, why would you touch that song? But I think what you did with it was honoring to the point of where I would be like, yo, I like the song, and I not only stamp it, but I want to be a part of what it can be. So I think that's cool.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy to hear those words? Yeah, and to know what you've been able to do for not only your career but other artists. I mean, you put your pen to paper for a lot of amazing records. Let's talk a little bit about your legacy and how this 30 years ago became the song that you felt was right for that time. Yeah,
well, I think that songs. I don't know if I chose the song or the song chose me.
Okay.
Honestly, I just knew that the song from Slick Rick's children's story, the beat and everything, I knew that back then there was something transformative about that song.
Yes.
When Slick Rick's children's story would come on, for those that are listening out there that don't. I literally could, like, even when I just did that, there are heads in the room that are moving. And that to me was a song that can move people like that. I said back then, man, if I could sing over that record, like, that would be everything. And so we wanted to not just sing anything over that record. We wanted to sing the right thing over that record. And it just so happened it was a hit record, and taking a hit record and turning it into a classic was not an easy feat. But God's hand was on it, I think. And, it just kind of resonated with people at a time that, 30 years later, people will hear the song.
Yeah, and we're going to for another 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I think about how you cranked up the tempo on it, and it's giving it this dance energy.
Yeah.
That's where your background is. As I crack open my can one time, get my Celsius on. Is your heart in the dance world, and has it always been?
No. I love the dance world. I'm a dancer myself.
Yeah.
So of course I love it. But no, I've always been R&B girl. That's why there was something about this song that I loved. But nowadays, I say this all the time. I wish I was born in the '90s where they were actually playing like good records in the club. Now
music
was
different. It was different in the '90s.
Yeah, no shade to EDM and dance music.
Understandable.
But I was like, okay, for this generation to actually get this played in a club, we need to bump this tempo. We need to make it more dance. But R&B is like, that's my heart. That's my soul. So I was trying to marry the two. That was the goal.
And you did. It's a beautiful marriage.
Thank
you. Know what I'm saying? Who's walking you down the aisle with this marriage? You know, who are some of the people behind the scenes that helped you create this and make it feel right?
Yeah, well, it was crazy. I literally met them that day. I had two producers, Laurent and YK Koi, in London. We were on a boat. Never wrote a song on a boat before, but why not?
And you're probably at the same time, too, thinking about ducking and dodging the traffic because it's on the opposite side of the street while you're in London. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Scary place. Understand it.
Yep, I was very discombobulated, that's for sure. So... I just got in the studio with them, but I always am the type that when I get into a studio, I, of course, like to pull from other people's strengths, but really be true to, like, I had a goal in mind.
Sweet.
I wanted to do this. Other than we were doing a listening session, just listening to classic 90s R&B hits on Spotify.
Wow.
And we had a lot of options, and my team was pushing one that I was like, no, there was just something magical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a Friday night, too. I mean, come on, it's Friday night. So.
Wow. Yeah, when you think about all the different baby hooks,
so
all the different things, too, and that continue to, have people sink their teeth into this song. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you to know that it is, an everlasting? There's a different thing. Go ahead, crack open yourself, sis girl. There's a different thing to make people smile. Mm-hmm. At every minute, every second within the track.
I think when it comes to being not just an artist, but to be a songwriter, when you're a songwriter, you are trying to not just make something for right now. I think you're trying to make something for later. And when you are thinking forever in your writing style, so, there are people who have sang songs, and even me at time, I've talked about my pager.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows what a pager is. And so, and I even joke, I said I did a song called What's On Tonight. I said, we're going to watch the TV, we're going to play your CDs. And I joke after the song is over, and I say, hey, for the young people in the room, a CD is joking. But I think that when you think forever, when you think timeless, like even what they're singing, it's Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as the world is going to exist, there's going to be a Friday night.
Yeah.
So you're singing something that is timeless, as opposed to a thing or a moment in time or a saying or a phrase. If you're thinking forever, you put pieces into a song that that it's going to be. There's always going to be a Friday night. There's always going to be a West Side.
Yeah. There's always and the party's always going to be on the West Side. To be honest, man. Growing up as a California kid and living out here in New York City, I mean, we go in out here on the East Coast too. But
absolutely.
When you think about a party, you always think about that energy that. It's California, fam. I'm sorry to say that, man.
It is.
Right.
Man, it is.
Well, okay, so I never thought I have thought about it, but you just brought it to my attention right now. It was California in how we wrote it, but it was still Slick Rick's children's story. And so you still kind of had East Coast meets West Coast kind of coming together, where I sang it kind of rap style and kind of Slick Rick style. So even though I was talking about the West Coast and saying South Central and all of that, it still was on an East Coast track.
Yo, now I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I get it. This is why you are one of the most prolific songwriters and will continue to be for forever. Thank you for that. Welcome to Montell's TED Talk, ladies and gentlemen. There it goes, right there.
We're learning.
I want to go back to some of the other records that you really got pumping. Gosh, man, across the globe. The way that you took Janet Jackson's "If."
Oh yeah.
Come on now.
Iconic.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous about that one because I really wanted to, of course, honor that one too.
Yeah.
And the DJ, his name's DJ Jeff Retro. He has a residency in Vegas. He's been waiting 4 years to find the right vocalist for that. And I don't know how. I mean, I guess I was, but that one's fun.
Yeah. What does it mean to you to know that you are the right fit for, other artists, producers' sound to really help them elevate, their genius as well. That you are that missing piece of the puzzle at times that just feels right.
Yeah, it shows me that I'm walking in my purpose. Like, this is definitely what I was meant to do. And those are the validation moments where you go, okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all of this work it's paying off. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And for you to see this youth, to see this energy, and to know that she is walking in her purpose now and still has so much more to give to the world. What does that feel for you as, a pseudo mentor in this situation here?
I think anybody that has anything worthwhile, they want to pass that on. They want to make an investment. So if I'm doing music, I'm doing music with my kids and stuff that I want to live on. But I think that when you find somebody or someone finds you and it seems like they care about your craft or they care about your art as much as you do, that's somebody that you can trust. You can trust with it. Listen, this is not the first time somebody's covered "This Is How We Do It." There's tons of versions of this, tons of different versions of it. And there are things you just kind of nod at, and you be like, "Okay, that's cool. Or I appreciate that." Or I'll,
Cool.
But this version of it was something that I felt like. One, because we have a similar faith walk, and I cannot stress that enough.
That's beautiful.
I think that the fact that I love God and she loves God, that to me was something that said, I will work with you. I will do this with you, because we basically have the same dad. And from that standpoint, I could trust her with her style. I could trust her with her, her charisma, with her persona, with her branding, all those different things. Because, she might not align with what I believe or this or that. And I think we align in that way. And so I think that's the best thing I can say. Like, I trust her with the song.
I get full body chills hearing you say that. And I can only imagine you do as well, Max. I mean, only because, as you mentioned, there's so many different versions, so many different people who could have, who would have, who did. But this was just meant to be. It shows the power of music, the power of something bigger. In the belief of something bigger, and that's why these records are going to withstand the test of time, because it wasn't forced. It wasn't. It wasn't something that was, I have to go here and do this because this is one that needs the 30-year treatment. No, it was because it was supposed to happen at this point in time. So I think we're extremely blessed to have found each other in that bubble there.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man.
Good space. Good
space
to be in.
It's a beautiful space to be in. Holy cow. I want to ask, as you've seen technology and music creation evolve, and you're, you kind of been thick in the middle of this kind of tech that we're in now. How do you explain, like, the way that songs are being created now as to opposed to when the very first time This Is How We Do It was crafted? What's the difference for you?
I think that there are several things.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. That's a heavy question.
There's a lot to process. But if I could try and consolidate an answer, I will say that AI is useless without HI. HI is human intelligence. So artificial intelligence needs human intelligence to be able to help it navigate and to create. And so anyone that is using modern technology and sounds and digitization, all the different things that are available, I think only is supposed to enhance human creativity. I don't think it's supposed to replace human creativity.
I don't think it could.
And so in those spaces where people know how to take and use that technology to create something, not just use it and you create it, but here's what's in me. Let's take that and create something and elevate, what a human can do. I think that's, for me, that's the biggest thing about technology moving forward, being able to use AI for something to advance human creativity as opposed to seeing what it can do outside of it and then trying to control it. That's
understandable. What about for you, Max, to just know that you're able to, put your music out there. Now we do have such things as streaming platforms, and we're connected by a phone, and now you can reach someone that lives quite literally on the other side of the planet. and connect with your sound by simple upload. There you go. Boop.
Yep.
Dude, how crazy is that to you?
It really is. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse because now everyone can do it. So at least I heard like 100,000 songs a day are being released like on Spotify. And I was like, oh my gosh. So getting yourself heard and seen is already so hard as an artist now. It was different, of course, back then. So I find that very interesting. I'm getting my music production degree at Berkeley right now, so I've been like really nerding out about analog and digital and like how everything's changed, and it's just a crazy world now.
Is it fun to learn about that stuff now and to implement some of those things that you didn't know or weren't available before and be like, yo, yeah, we can take this to the next level?
Yeah, and I think it also is a protection for me because people see me and I'm young and blonde and they're like, could take advantage of me in the studio with like production and be like, oh, she won't notice. Now it's like, oh, I notice what you're doing.
Yeah. Yes.
I see you.
Yeah,
so,
you're brilliant. Oh, I've always said this, and what I really... It hurts my heart when folks that are on this side of the microphone and asking the questions don't realize and understand the amount of intelligence and courage and patience and persistence and drive that it takes to see a song come from an idea to on stage to I couldn't do it. And I respect the hell out of you. It's so beautiful. It's so awesome to watch you go out and own a stage, whether it's at Pride somewhere or it's here in New York City or it's you're chilling in Vegas, and you know what I'm saying, in a busy city, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
But you're putting your heart out there, and I'm just really just thankful every time I get the chance to talk to artists and just so enamored in the amount of strength that it takes to see a song come from this little thought to you're sitting next to Montell Jordan. Like,
crazy,
That's
right?
wild, right?
Pinch me. Is this real?
That's crazy.
it is. It's very real, and it's here. Lastly, as we put a bow on the conversation, I know that there's more in the chamber. I know that there's more stuff that's yet to come. How excited are we for 2025?
Oh my gosh, stupid excited. This is the way to start it out, you know what I'm saying? Can only go up from here, right?
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
God, and how about you? Like how's your heart feeling? How blessed are you feeling for the year to come?
2025, I am grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be alive. You know, I kind of known, kind of not known or whatever. I was healed of cancer last year in 2024. So I spent all year navigating that. And just now to be in 2025, to be able to sit with you in an interview or to sit with Max and help support a song, whatever, all those things, I just don't take those things for granted anymore. So being with grandkids and really enjoying life in a whole different space. Yeah. So it's bigger than music. It's bigger than a song for me. Like life, just really inhaling everything right now is just, I'm in a whole different space right now. So I'm excited about every song. I'm excited about every opportunity to perform, every interview. I look at it as it could have all been over, and it's not. And so I'm riding it for what it's worth.
Forever grateful to be able to sit, like I said, across from people who have a full heart, a true heart for the craft, to go out and dream big and see these dreams come to fruition. I mean, that is just such a powerful thing. And the fact that I get to press a button and hit play and on the KTU airwaves and all throughout not only the tri-state area but the globe on our app, and that I get to help you spread your words, your joy, your passion. That's where my blessings come from. So thank you guys for creating the stuff that makes my job easy, because I wasn't good at anything else. Science, math, those things. This is what I do best.
You people well.
Thank you so much. I mean
people
that.
Well.
I mean to try to do that. That's what I want to say, is that I was blessed to be raised by an amazing mom and dad who gave me the tools to be a kind human, and when I feel that from your side, it just, gosh, man, makes these days all the more better.
That's
you
beautiful.
know, it's beautiful. One time, give it up for Max Rae, and can we give it up for Montell? I mean, this is just a beautiful moment, y'all. Thank you for tapping in. All right, cheers to you.
Cheers.
By the way.
You as well.
Oh my gosh. Another great conversation from the KTU Artist Interview Lounge, all powered by Celsius Energy Drinks. Y'all, the absolute best.